So what is, you got it? Sweet. Fine. I got you. Alrighty, so think of your slope as multiple times. Page 107.
Done.
Now, I'm looking for another one. So what else do we got? 50 is what? So we're still getting charged regardless because cost and fees, they're all going to be the same thing. They're all going to be taking money away. So that if you notice, we didn't make the 35 negative, so we're not going to make that. So you're saying B is our 50? Now, what is the X talking about? Whoa, we already got 35 as a number. Ah, more appropriate. Great. Thank you. All right, so why don't we read this? A recording studio charges musicians an initial fee of $50 to record an album. Studio time costs an additional $35 per hour. So, your per means multiple, and then we have multiple hours. So what could X be? X is your hours. Now, Y, because remember, you've got this Y is equal to 35X plus 50. What could the Y be?
Your total?
Yeah, your total. Now, what is the total cost of recording an album that takes 10 hours of studio time? How'd you get 400? What'd you do?
I did 35 times 10, which equals 350, plus 50.
And you are correct. It costs 400. And that would be my work. Guys, a lot of math requires some work, which means you need to show what you're putting in your calculator. I'm not a mind reader. And trust me, neither are you later. All right, why don't we look at number 6 as well? I want to do number 6 with you before we go ahead and go back to page 114. All right, so what do we know? We're going to start here with our one sentence at a time. Blair and Caitlin went to Zambezi Bay over the weekend and took a bunch of fun pictures they want to enlarge. Do I need to know anything there? All right, a camera shop charges $3.99 for an enlargement. Okay, so we need to know the charges. I'm going to highlight this, that way I'm not losing anything. For an enlargement. Enlargements can be delivered. So what is that $3.99 for an enlargement? What is that? Is it an M? Is it a B? Is it an X? Is it a Y? What? How many enlargements are you going to do? It's going to be multiple. You don't know if it's just one. You can order a lot of pictures in one order, but you'll have to pay for $3.99 each enlargement. So what's $3.99? M? That means read the next sentence. What do you got, Gracie?
Enlargements can be delivered for a charge of $1.49 per order.
All right. So what we got here?
That's your B.
Is that your B?
No. Yes.
Ooh, we don't know. Okay, so it says, we got a little thing on the side. It says, think about the scenario. You can order a lot of pictures in one order, but you'll have to pay $3.99 for each enlargement.
So 149
Okay, so Tristan's saying 149 is your B. Any questions yet? So, 149 order. All right, so what's X going to be talking about? How about we do this? Why don't we read A? Create a table that represents the total cost of an order with delivery as a function of the number of photos Blair and Caitlin get enlarged. So what are we changing each time? What about the photos? How many they get enlarged? The total cost, will that change based on how many enlarged photos they get? All right. So what if they don't get any photos enlarged? Why is it 149, Hudson? Yeah, you have to be charged $1.49 for the order. What about if we do one photo enlarged? Okay, I'm hearing $2. It's gonna be more than $2.
548.
How'd you get 548?
I added 399 and 149.
Remember, this is your equation. This is what y'all told me that M was and B was. So yeah, it's 548. What about if we get 2 photos enlarged? 947? What if we get 3 photos enlarged? Oh yeah, I got 2 different numbers there. Okay, 1346. Any questions? All right, real quick, what's the rate of change called again? Which is called what? Slope. Rise over run, rate of change, per each every, all those things are slope. All right, does anybody need more time to copy this down? Anybody got any questions? Talk to me, how do I do this?
So your B is -4.
Okay. How do I graph it?
You go down to 0.
0.
And then you go down 4.
So 0, -4. Now what?
And then you
Okay. Now what's my rise out of run on my slope? So now, how do I do this?
you move up 3 over 1.
1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. So you should have something like that.
Wow.
And literally, as you can see, all I did was count. Then you draw a line straight through all your dots. Pretty sure your lines are probably straighter than mine. All right, how do I do the next one? Since we're talking, I'm assuming we're already done.
It's -1.
What's my B?
0.
0.
All right, and what's my rise and run?
Walk away.
-1 over 1, which means what?
1.
Which way do I go? Up or down?
Down.
And then what? So down 1 to the right 1. Down 1 to the right 1. How we doing?
I'm doing
Amazing.
All right. What's my B here?
Three.
3 over 1. I mean, wait.
3.
3.
3 0?
It's 3.
Oh, it's
0.
Oh, 0, 3.
Okay, I'm hearing 0 3.
It's all of you.
Do I have a do I have a slope?
No.
No.
So what is my slope?
Undefined.
Is it undefined?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's going up and down.
Because
Okay.
I think it's
Question. What's x?
I think it's 0. It's a 0, so it's 0. It's 0.
It's 0.
0.
X is 1.
It's a 0.
X is Y.
X. There's no X.
There's no X, guys.
So it's
There's
0.
no x. That means I should have a 0 slope, which means
Undefined.
No, it's 0.
undefined looks like this. How in the world is that undefined?
0. It's at its height.
Horizontal line. No, not
0.
Yes.
If x is 1, what's y?
0.
When x is 1, what's y?
Oh, wait. Oopsie. Sorry.
Y is Y.
When x is 4, what's y?
2. Wait.
What?
When x is 4, what is y?
3.
When x is 3, what's when x is 3, what's y?
3.
When x is negative 3, what's y? When x is negative 2, what's y? Y'all starting to figure this out yet? What kind of slope is this?
0.
If I ever hear an undefined with a 0 slope again, I'm going to end up probably hurting somebody. Because undefined is straight up and down. Going right in, 0 slope. Okay, now let's look at number 9, since it's right underneath it. What is my B?
Negative 2. No, wait. It's 2. No. 0. 0. It's 0.
0.
Oh, it's
It's 0.
0.
It's 0.
It's 0.
It's 0.
0.
0.
It's 0.
Z.
no.
So I'm hearing a bunch of things. And I'm hearing a bunch of football players very confused.
It's 0.
So why don't we do it this way? When y is 1, what is x?
Negative 2. Oh, my.
When y is 3, what is x?
Negative 2, guys.
When y is negative 3, what's x?
Negative
I knew it. It was undefined.
So, question, where in the world does this cross
You don't cross.
the y-axis?
Does it?
So, what is my b?
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
Oh, it crosses at negative 2, where?
Bro, it's 0.
No, it's 0.
Oh, it crosses at 0, where?
Wait.
It's undefined,
Guys.
guys. I think it's undefined.
It's actually not
That's
there.
the slope.
It's undefined.
It's not there. It's not alive.
There's no B?
Gracie, what's our b?
Slope is dead.
Do you know?
You got this, Gracie. No.
Slope is not alive. It's dead.
All right, so somebody that's not wearing a nice little jersey at the moment, what is b?
Me.
Equals.
What is b?
Undefined.
Nope.
How is it not undefined?
Really? You don't have a jersey on underneath that?
Is it 0?
Look.
Not yet, but he doesn't get it
Is
yet.
it 0?
He hasn't got us yet.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm hearing. The slope crossed right there. Is there a line there?
So it's negative 2.
Is there a line there?
He's 0, negative 2.
Is there anywhere where this crosses? So hold on, keep that answer. What's my B? What kind of B?
Undefined.
What kind of B?
No.
No! No B!
I told you there was no B. We already
Bro, I
listened.
said that.
You also said the slope that the B was 0 and negative 2 and all sorts of other numbers. So
I said it was undefined.
And then I said there was
no
I said it's
B.
not alive.
And then I said there was
I
no
said
B.
it's
We
not
already
alive.
listened.
Yeah, and then you kept saying other things after that. How do I know I had the recording?
She literally said no like multiple times.
I said no B instead, and then I started saying undefined.
I know, and then what'd you tell me when I called on you?
Undefined, because it's right there.
All right, guys, if there is an undefined slope, please listen, because I am speaking not just for, I'm only speaking this one time. If slope is undefined, it does not cross your y-axis ever, which means there's no place it crosses. If there's no place it crosses, there's no b. No ifs, no ands, no buts. All right.
Yeah.
We're at number 8. Hopefully we do a little better on this one. What is the b?
2.
How do you know?
Because it's
It doesn't have the X.
Yeah, there's a plus or a minus. Okay. What's my rise?
1.
What's my rise?
1.
What's my run?
4.
So, where do I start with my graph?
2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where I started.
No. No.
0, 2.
0, 2. It always starts with 0.
Don't listen.
All right, now what do I do?
You move up 1.
Okay.
Move up
Up
1.
1, and then go right 4. 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, right there. 1, 2.
So now what?
And then do it again.
Up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa.
Yep, right there. And then draw a line.
And then, yep, draw my line. And hopefully yours goes through your line better than mine does because, yeah, mine's struggling.
Mine looks like it.
Mine looks like it's alive.
Nope. There's no fixing that.
Oh my god, Mom, it's like
Looks like one of these hair.
Okay, now what? What'd I do?
Oh, you identify your beam.
Which is
1.
1. Or 0, 1.
0, 1. Then what?
And then
Your rise is
find your
-3.
slope
On the wrong page.
And your run?
is 2.
It's -2.
Is it negative 2 or is it positive 2?
-2.
Negative 2.
Put that in your calculator, negative 3 over negative 2, and tell me what you get. Do you get negative 3 over 2?
But why is the negative in the
It's
middle?
it's negative 0.
Right, but I'm getting told this might be a negative as well, so I'm having you put the,
Equals positive.
so equals positive. Now just go ahead and put in negative 3 over positive 2. Tell me what you get.
-2.
Shouldn't get an undefined, shouldn't get an error.
Negative 3 over 2.
So that means your 2 has to be positive.
Come on, guys.
How does that make it positive?
Because one of your numbers is already negative, so if you make both of them negative, it turns into a positive.
They cancel each other out.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, so now what do I do?
You go negative
Go down
3.
3.
Okay, I went down 3.
Then you go over
And then over 2.
So I go to the left 2?
to the right.
Right.
2. To the right.
And then I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Yeah. Oh, I did it
And then it makes your line.
Make my line, and I'm good.
backwards.
Yeah, I don't know about your lines, but my line actually came out decent that time. I actually went through my dots.
Mine didn't go through. Mine went around.
Okay, so now we've done 4 through 9. We've got one more. So, Miss Thompson, how about this? I'll let y'all read this. Go for it.
Ms. Thompson asked her students.
Ms. Thompson asked her students to graph the equation y equals 3 over 5x negative minus 2. The work of 3 students is shown below. Circle the name of the students that correctly graphed the linear equation and identify the mistakes made by the other 2 students.
All right, so what's our first step? What have we been doing the whole time? Okay, so find my B. So there's my B. Did every single one of them graph the B correctly?
Yes.
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 Are they all at the same spot?
Yes.
All right, then what?
Then the rise are 1.
Rise over run, which is what?
3 3/5.
Now, what is that? A positive slope or negative slope?
Positive, so you can.
So what happened with Frankie?
He
Uses negative.
did it backwards. Keep going.
It's kind of cooked.
He's kind of cooked. Cookie Monster took a bite of it.
All right. Now, why did I do that? Why did I mark what his mistake was?
Because
it was
Because
negative.
the rise over run is positive.
And he's negative.
Okay. Why did I identify his mistake?
Because so you know what he did wrong.
Because why, Kason? What'd you say up there?
I said because the question asks.
The question asked you to. Has nothing at all to do with anything else. The question asks us to identify the mistakes. All right. Now, which one do you want to look at first? Dante or Chandra?
Dante.
Sandra, because it's right.
Dante.
Dante.
It doesn't matter to me. Who says Chandra? Who says Dante?
No, yours.
All right, I got more for Dante. Let's look at Dante's first.
Dante's the winner.
All right, so let's figure out his slope, shall we? We know this is the correct one. So how do I figure out his slope? What do I do?
Rise.
Rise over run.
Okay, so I'm going to create a nice little triangle here. 1, 2, 3, 4,
You
5.
already messed up.
1, 2, 3. So what did he do?
5/3. He did it backwards.
He did 5 over
He
3.
put run over rise.
This is why we should use them.
Okay, so let's talk about Chandra.
He dropped Sandra.
Well, let's make sure she did it right too, because you never know. She may have made a mistake too.
She did it right. She did it right. But she did it wrong.
Make our triangle. It's 1, 2, 3.
Okay, any questions?